I don't even know why Facebook done that. actually, that's weird. Obviously, but there's always technical problems when it comes to social media. So, Matthew, if you are seeing this, it is working. I'm guessing there's a difference. Something's happened. Um, I don't know. Let me I want to see, Matthew, if this works. That is crazy. That is beautifully crazy, as to say. The thing is planning, and he was actually planning this.
Oh,
See? It
it
worked.
works on this end. I don't know what's going on.
Why does it? I really don't understand Facebook.
Oh,
Um,
tell me about it. Facebook is complicated at times, that's for sure.
Maybe when you start, I don't know, do you have to invite me or straight away?
Um,
Is it like
I
that?
sometimes if I invite send the invite right away, it gets lost in the shuffle somehow. I've had that happen a
Yeah.
couple times, so I resend invites, and that's why I always send the link directly to you through mail because that tends to help a little more.
Yeah.
Um, but either way, we're doing it this way. So let's talk about you. Tell me a little bit about yourself,
First,
Adam.
before we start, how do I record it so I can send it to you, obviously? Because I don't
Okay.
know how to do that. How do I record it?
It'll record. It should record itself, and then
Yeah.
what you'll do is I'll send you a link to a website where then you just put your link of the interview on there, and it'll download it to whatever device you're using, and then you can share it, save it to your device, and then share it through that way.
Perfect. Yes.
Perfect.
Let's
Yes.
do
It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. The
Yes.
first couple of times it took me a couple of tries to figure it out, but yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty user friendly.
Okay. 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 Obviously, I know that technical things. I don't want to what's it called? Okay. So, Oxford, let's go.
Let's
This is
talk.
your interview, so don't
All
make
right,
it
let's
look
talk
like.
about Adam. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know that you were born in the UK and you now live in Canada, I believe, correct?
No, no. I traveled to Canada for I think for like 3 months or something.
Okay.
Obviously, I have family in Canada. My brother-in-law lives. Parents are from Canada, so obviously my sister's just got married to a Canadian, which is awesome. Obviously, their tradition and the way they are as a unit is very beautiful, to be honest. So I enjoy the Canadian lifestyle out there. Obviously, I'm an actor, so going around and finding places that match my what I mean, my energy, my flow of system was breathtaking. And Canadians have that type of mentality than Americans when it comes to developing a massive dream and trying to break down stones, as they call it. Yeah. So
That's awesome. I'm happy that you're getting yourself very busy by flying all around to do all these projects that I see that you've been working on, and
yes,
you definitely are very up and coming right now. I noticed that you got a lot of
yeah.
stuff on there.
I'm up and coming. So obviously I'm just building my career, to be honest, from rebranding to Adam Treasure. So the idea here is just basically expand out. I love investing my time in different projects, to be honest. I think my favorite genres is probably horror, action, and comedy. So it's I like the idea of like we was talking about Chainsaw Massacre, Freddy Krueger, Jason X. I'm a big fan of what's his name? I'm a big fan the horror franchise itself. So as a kid, I grew up watching on Friday the 13th, and when Halloween came. But to actually get involved and actually invest in time and my quality and also my personality and what I can bring to the table is a dream come true. To be honest, I came from a sales background, so obviously shifting to acting itself and then doing these things and thinking, oh my gosh, like back in the days, I used to think, oh yeah, if I did this and that, and doing it now is every actor's dream. So, which is also, yeah.
That's awesome, you know. And speaking of being a part of a dream, tell me what you can about Sawyer Family Massacre.
So if family is, as you know, it's basically a fan film. But the idea is, again, is investing time in the franchise. Due to it being a fan film, it's more enticing because obviously the concept of Sawyer Massacre, the concept of Chainsaw Massacre, is more taken out. People don't realize the little bits in horror, like when someone remakes something, it's actually the passion that they've watched and they're thinking, oh, yeah, I can add my light to it, but keeping the keen elements of the film itself. So Sawyer Massacre, the fan film, was a great way of me to basically say, okay, look, this is a fan film. I'm an actor. I'm invested in a fan film. Shows that basically it's me giving back to actually the horror family. So it's me introducing myself and saying, look, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, but look, I do represent and support the horror franchise. So every actor does it, you know what I mean? So I represent and I'm looking for something to invest in and get involved in. And that was one of my first ones. So I really wanted to bring my passion to the table, and it came out a blessing that Sawyer, the Chainsaw Massacre franchise fan film, was one of the first ones that I thought, yeah, okay, Adam's gonna put his name to it and say, yeah, look, I am a horror fan, but then imagine having ties with the family, you know, like getting involved in the projects. It's a game changer.
It definitely is. From some of the stuff I've seen in your earlier career, just looking at what you've done, it definitely is a huge game changer. And you know, me as a horror fan, I appreciate that a lot because
Yes.
there's not enough talent willing to give back to the community that in that way, and that's awesome. And you know, I'm all for it. And when that comes out, I hope I hear good things because I definitely want to see it.
Yes.
What's why don't you tell us what you got on your plate for as far as acting goes in the
Actually,
future?
I'm at the moment, we are actually launching. Actually, at the moment, what's breaking through at the moment is Mercyland. Mercyland's an independent film, but it's got a little bit element of horror, but then it's more action, more gritty, science fiction. It's about a mother and a daughter. So that's on the release, and there's a few other projects that are in the making. Which I always tell people, the thing about acting, you can't really tell anyone what's what until you're given a green light. But there's a few projects out there that are making its way. But the main one, indie, because I do love to support independent films, but then I do some major things too. So, but what's coming out now is Mercyland. Mercyland is, people need to look out for it because it's an independent film, but it has a good element of surprise. There's no it's not cheeky. It's more of effective on the eyes. Obviously, the idea and the synopsis of the film itself gives it away on IMDb what it's about. I play one of the Mercyland gang called Corv. So it's more me bringing out my I'm kind of going into the more villainous type of gritty science fiction of yeah, hi, Adam's not just the sweet loving heartthrob, but he does have that bit of villainous side to, you know what I mean? Like I can play a villainous, and this is the great thing about Mercyland. Mercyland just opened a doorway for the concept of mixing action and horror in together. So it is a gritty science fiction film, which you're gonna love. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds amazing. Just from the what I read about it online on IMDb, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a real win-win for you and for the fans as well.
Yes.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. How about writing? Because you said you're also a writer. You working on it, writing any scripts currently, or are you taking any kind of breaks from that right now?
Writing side. I think my first, which one was that did well? I did a comedy type of short film called Red Mustang. That was my first written project. Obviously, that was just me, just basically manifesting what I had in my head, to be honest. But that was done with someone called Fiona, which did it done well online, but I didn't really take it to like the festivals, to be honest. It was just more to see if I could do something like that writing, you know what I mean? So when I mean writing, it's not just writing scripts now. We're talking about author books.
Oh,
I like writing books. So I think a lot of people get confused, the writing tip. So, but as an actor, books do come into writing scripts, but I do write scripts, but I do write books too. So I love science fiction books and also autobiography books. Also, I like to write stuff about business too. So, but the incorporation of writing and script writing, which came with Red Mustang. So the idea of the UK version of Bad Boys, but it was a mini snatch, just so people would see that I could write in a small space of time.
nice.
It was just an experiment, you see. So I tend to experiment quite a lot with things in my career. The reason why, because when I get to a certain point in my career, I want people to look back and think, oh, he experimented and that. He didn't just do that. So with writing Red Mustang and taking a jump with it and just releasing it just as a short film, a mini short film, was for me to actually see, oh, what can I do next? This is an experiment. That went well. So in a couple of years, maybe I'll write a big feature.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
That's what it
I
was.
definitely, I definitely am curious about Red Mustang. When I was reading on that, it definitely caught my attention, and the fact that you can also that you write books, that is also amazing as well, and the fact that you can go from one to kind of morph it into a script, that's no small task. It is not an easy task to do, and
It's not easy at all. It's not easy. But it's the love of I don't see one thing as one thing. Some people see it's acting. I see acting, writing, anything that's incorporating the entertainment as one piece of material too. So that's the reason why I love acting so much, because you can manifest anything and anyone by just basically putting hard work and time into the character. So anyone can play. I was talking about. I had another interview about the Joker, the comedy element of Joker. People forget
yes.
he's sinister, but he's super funny in a bloody way. The same thing with Jason X. Look, Jason X there's a horror element to it, but if you think about it, the stillness is what gets people.
Mm-hmm.
That is basically that basically is comedy. Stillness. I'm still, but I still can entertain you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I can go around with a knife and still entertain you. I see that as an element of the writer sitting down and saying to himself, okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to make people scared without them actually without Jason actually moving? What are we going to do? The stillness, the expression, is what kills people, meaning the expression is what gets people frightened. So now that's where Halloween comes into it. Stuff like that I love. So when I write something, it's based on the idea of the expression, the idea that these two people can basically communicate without actually moving. The way the audience will see it is not sometimes the way we will see it, but obviously if you do it properly, that's what I love about the whole shebang of and that's why I mean everything incorporated together makes one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yes, yes. Now, who are some of the people that have inspired you throughout your career?
Oh, so I'm a big fan of Denzel Washington. I'm big fan of what is it? Chris Tucker.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy. So those are the ones that inspired me to actually to rebrand myself and actually take it serious mostly. But there's other people that I'm inspired by, but those three are, I just love the way they incorporate I call it a design, the way they are as people, you know, like their personalities. Because obviously you've got Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, you see the comedy element of it, the more serious. He's not really into Kung Fu that much. So you see the idea between them two. Jackie Chan is different, Chris Tucker's different. So when you put the element together, you've got one house. You know what I mean? Their personalities. I love that. Denzel Washington's he's more stern, but then he's more the action hero. I like action stuff, so action hero. And then you've got Chris Tucker, Denzel Washington, and Eddie Murphy. He's just totally funny.
mm-hmm.
He knows how to incorporate different characters into one scene.
Oh,
And he acts it. Do you understand? He acts it. But then you got the way it's done is beautiful. So with Eddie Murphy, he's more script wise, but then he is more improvisation. So to incorporate a character into something else and actually play that character on the set and for the finishing touch, people won't even realize it's you. That's a masterpiece.
Oh, exactly.
Inspires people. Character work inspires me. So yeah, so it's just them three people that inspire me. But then I've got other people, especially in the horror genre. And then I've got books that I like, writers that I like, and so. But those are the main sources of inspiration.
Oh, nice, nice. And this is always the hardest question I always ask all of my guests.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite films?
You know what? My favorite. Okay, one of my favorite, like to say before Jason X and all that, is Michael Myers. That's the one I want to say. So I like Michael Myers, Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th. Then when it comes to action, Bad Boys, Coming to America. What else? Man on Fire, Denzel Washington.
Good.
So I've got a mixture of films I like. But then when it comes to like more of I haven't talked about this. When it comes to more of the gritty action, I am a Jason Statham fan. When it comes to like other stuff like let's say like I've got like films that like Dwayne Johnson's in and Kevin Hart's in. But my main films are like definitely Michael Myers, Jason X, Man on Fire, Friday the 13th, Bad Boys, and Coming to America. Yeah.
All of those are fantastic.
Oh my God, you did not just do that.
You know, Coming to America by far, that is a freaking masterpiece.
Yes,
that is one of my favorite of all time from Eddie. You know, he is one of those actors that can do any role that comes his way, and he pulls it off with great expertise. And you know, that's a great person to I guess I would say look up to as far as someone that inspires you, because yeah, he is fantastic in everything he does.
He's awesome. Like He's a masterpiece. Obviously, he knows how to win the audience. Like this is the thing. Winning the audience sometimes it's not just about expressions. It's not just about acting. I've heard and I've learned. It's more. It's the personality, the person that wins people. You know, it's that personality. From Superman, you're not just buying the Superman. You're buying you're buying the actual actor that's attached to Superman. So
Exactly.
that's the yeah. It's the package, isn't it, right? So you can't really just buy a franchise. You've got to buy the actor with the franchise.
Exactly, and I feel that's not to bag on somebody that is from where I'm from, but he did a Superman movie back a few years ago, Superman Returns. What is it? Brandon Routh is his name. I thought he had the look, but definitely not Superman for me. But
Yeah.
I understand exactly where you're coming from with that, and it really when you build something around an actor, you have to make sure that that actor is the right fit, and you know, I would like to see a lot more with you in it, that is for sure. I want to see what is it, the television series you did for BBC Canada. What was the name of it again?
Enslaved.
I want to.
That's actually, yeah, yeah, obviously you can watch that. You can watch that actually. You guys are in Canada, and for us it's so difficult after BBC has run it through. We can't see it anymore, but you guys can watch it. So basically, it's called Enslaved. It's a doc series, and it's by it's produced. Executive producer is Samuel Jackson, and also he's the one starring in it itself. I play Olaju Ekwano, basically a slave that turned into a writer, which is kind of awesome because I write books too. So obviously that cast was like, oh, okay, all right, you've cast me in the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was just
But,
about to say. Actor writer would be perfect for that role.
yeah, so obviously, like, yeah, that cast there that was one of my first main. Okay, I've done things before for Channel 5, etc., etc., but one of my first main like facial, you know what I mean? So hi, here I am. You know, so obviously the industry does that, and it slowly just tames people and builds them up. You know, but obviously it's in Canada. I think it's still in Canada or in US. You guys can watch it too.
Okay.
But there's a few films coming out which I can't say or talk about, but there's some good ones that's just done a festival run in America. So yeah, so it's just about I'm attached to Camp Lake Pleasant. That's another one I invested in, which is awesome. That has I can't remember the actor's name from Stuart Little in it too. So yeah, that's good. That's gonna be epic. I've seen the trailer. I've seen bits and bobs to that. That's gonna be awesome.
Nice. Well, I appreciate every minute that we've had together. It's been a blast. I'm sorry that we had technical difficulties on my channel with this, but like I said, well, I'll also try. I'll try to save this to my phone as well. If it doesn't let me,
Yes.
but definitely save it and send the link to me, and I will definitely throw it up online and spread it throughout my channels as well.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that quickly. Obviously, I can find something to cut it anyway. So and then just send it to you today. It should be with you soon. So it should be that hard.
Excellent. Excellent.
But it was good to chat with you, Matthew, and thank you.
You're welcome.
As always.
And
I appreciate
as
you.
always,
See you later.
later, man.